Are you getting burnt out of old school RuneScape? Is a friend begging you to play another game?
Hey man, get on ESO.
I took 6 old school RuneScape skills and tested their AFK money making methods. Which skill has the most potential? Let's analyze and rank them to find out. But before analyzing, I want to explain how I'm going to rank the AFK moneymakers. Instead of just going solely based on GP per hour, I will also look at the potential AFKness and the requirements to do the method. Now let's jump in. The first method is casting Plank Make on mahogany logs. This method requires having at least 86 magic and the completion of the Dream Mentor quest to unlock the Lunar Spellbook, which gives access to this spell. Setting up this method requires you to have at least 2 million GP to do just 1 hour. This gold is needed to buy the nearly 1,000 mahogany logs that will be converted into planks. Each cast is going to cost 1 nature rune and 2 astral runes. Equipping a Staff of Earth will save you the 15 earth runes per cast. A rune pouch will also save an inventory spot, allowing you to cast 1 extra spell per inventory. You also need a little over 1 million gold in your inventory to cover the 1,050 coin sawmill fee per cast. How the sawmill knows about your magical abilities, I will never know. Looking at the overall AFKness of this method, it is pretty solid. Being right next to a bank allows you to get the following inventory rolling in a matter of seconds. With an inventory of 26 logs, you can expect around 90 seconds of AFKing before having to bank and do it again. The tips and tricks for this one is simple. Just have your bank set to all for the 1-click deposit and withdrawal. You can also filter your spells if you want to make them a bit easier and bigger to click. I was able to create 984 planks with my magical abilities in 1 hour of doing this method, totaling up to be 2,135,280 GP. Taking out the cost of the supplies, the GP per hour comes out to be 543,000. I also earned a whopping 88,560 magic experience. If you are looking to get 99 and earn a few coins on the side, I recommend using this method. The following method is mining basalt. This method requires having at least 72 mining, but a higher level will result in more GP per hour. You also have to complete the quest Making Friends with My Arm. This is needed to create the icy basalt, which teleports to Weiss. There is no bank near the mining spot, but if you climb out of the cave and use the basalt on Snowflake, she will note them for free, basically becoming a bank. All you need to do is bring a dragon or rune pickaxe to run this method. The effects of the crystal pickaxe do not work here, so you do not need to worry about charges. Also, the prospector's outfit does not give an experience boost here, but if you want to wear it for the fashion, as I did, go right ahead. The AFKness here varies because of how the ore depletes. There were a couple of instances when the ore would deplete after mining just one. Then there were times where I would mine almost a full inventory on the same node without having to click anywhere else. The nodes also respawn fairly quickly, so you could camp just one or hop between two depending on how AFK you want it to be. For tips and tricks, I would recommend turning your sound up so that you can hear when the ore depletes. It makes a ring sound which is very distinctive, that way you know when to click on the next node. Overall, I enjoyed this method way more than I thought I would, and I personally believe it is better than mining amethyst and significantly more profitable. I was able to mine 788 basalts with 99 mining in 1 hour. This method was much better than I thought it would be, and it was extremely chill. I only gained 4,000 experience in mining, but if you are only after the gold, this is a method for you. The following method is making Snapdragon potions. The requirements for this method are to have 63 Herblore and have completed the Druidic Ritual quest. This quest unlocks the Herblore skill. Another requirement is to have at least 30 million gold because the materials needed to do this method are quite pricey, so having a big cash stack is a must. To set this method up, you're going to want to buy as many Snapdragons and vials of water you want to turn into unfinished potions. Then go to your favorite bank and start making them. This method is hardly AFK because it takes around 10 seconds to finish an inventory before you have to start banking for another. This method is perfect for watching your favorite TV show and zoning out. I personally did not enjoy this method for many reasons, but the GP that can be gained cannot be overlooked. The tips and tricks for this method are to have your bank X set to 14. That way you can one-click grab half an inventory of Snapdragons and vials of water. The best way to maximize your profit with this method is to go to the Grand Exchange when you're about to sell and buy one to see what the price is going for. Once you find out the price, sell yours for a little bit less than that to make sure to maximize the profit that can be made. I was able to create 3,974 unfinished Snapdragon potions in 1 hour, which comes out to be 34,200,000 GP. Taking out the cost of supplies, I was able to make 949,000 GP in just 1 hour. That is amazing goal for just 1 hour sitting in the bank. I gained a whopping total of 0 experience though. I really enjoy seeing my total experience go up, so this is not a method I will be doing in the future. But if you enjoy the cash and no XP, this would be a great method for you to do. The following method is crafting blood runes with everyone's favorite skill, Runecrafting. The requirements for this method are to have 77 Runecrafting, 38 mining, and 38 crafting. It is also highly recommended to have at least 73 agility to use the fastest shortcut this place has to offer. You will also need 100% Arceus favorite to start making some blood runes. The setup can vary based on what you have access to, but the optimal setup is as follows. You will need to have a chisel in your inventory. Don't worry if you forget one, because one spawns on the ground at the mine. Any pickaxe will do. The type does not really matter, but a lot of people like to run one with the lightest weight. The best outfit to wear is the Remnants of the Eye, which is unlocked through the Guardians of the Rift shop, and it totals up to be 1,350 Abyssal Pearls. This outfit is great for money making because it gives you a 10% more runes for each piece equipped and a 20% bonus for having the entire outfit on. This adds up to 60% more runes, which is a huge GP increase. If you do not have access to this outfit, Graceful also works well to save on run energy. Another item you can bring to increase yield is the Blood Essence. You use about 75% of it per hour, so bringing more than one can help decrease bank trips. The Blood Essence, when used, has a 50% chance to craft an extra blood rune per essence. I did not have this on me because I am dumb and thought I could leave it in the bank and it would still work. The overall AFKness is not too bad, but it could be better. Mining the block takes up most of the time. Once you mine a full inventory, you have to run up and charge them, turning them into dark essence. This is where most of the clicking takes place because you have to use your chisel to turn them into fragments. You can click once and let it do the full inventory for you, but that takes a significant amount of time. So spam clicking is usually the option most people run with, which turns this AFK method into a super click intensive activity. That being said, this is the method I use to get 99 runecrafting and then post 99 to hunt for the Rift Guardian pet. The tips and tricks for this method is to turn on the GPU plugin on RuneLite and then go to the zoom setting and turn the limit up so you can zoom out even further. This will allow you to click pretty close to the blood altar while your character does a long walk up and around the mountain. Clicking on the minimap does not seem to work. That is why you have to increase the zoom and click on the ground. I was able to craft 2,443 blood runes in 1 hour, which comes out to be 478,000 GP. If you throw in a blood essence, you can easily make an extra 100k GP an hour. I am very surprised this method gave less GP than mining basalts. I also gained 37,370 experience in runecrafting, 4,590 experience in mining, and 6,120 experience in crafting. The following method is crafting Dragonstone jewelry. The requirements for this method are to have at least 74 crafting and to have around a 15 million cash stack. For the setup, all you need to do is buy as many gold bars and Dragonstones as you want to turn into bracelets. You will also need a bracelet mold. The best bank to do this at is at the Edgeville one because it is the quickest one to a furnace that has no requirements attached to it. This method is fairly AFK because of the low amount of clicks you need to do to get back into another crafting cycle. Each inventory takes around 20 seconds to make, and going to the bank and back to the furnace takes roughly 7 seconds. It is recommended to have no armor equipped unless you want to wear Graceful in order to save stamina, ensuring that you do not have to walk at all throughout this method. For the tips and tricks, make sure you have your bank X set to 13. That way you can grab 13 bars and 13 Dragonstones with just 2 clicks. The mold takes up 1 inventory spot, so if you want to place a random item to fill out your inventory, you can. I was able to craft 1,220 Dragonstone bracelets in 1 hour of doing this method, which comes out to be 14,500,000 GP. Taking out the cost of supplies, you can expect to make around 670,000 GP per hour. I also gained a total of 134,200 crafting experience. I'm honestly surprised you can earn that much experience while making money through the crafting skill. The last method is to kill Firewatch Sentinels. The requirements for this method are to have high melee stats. I would recommend above 80 in all, but the higher, the better. You will also need at least 43 prayer to use Protect from melee. The more prayer points you have, the more AFK you can experience. You will also have to complete the Sins of the Father quest to access this area to slay to your heart's desire. There are many ways to set up this method. I went with a more AFK route by equipping Proselyte armor for the prayer bonus. If you want to be less AFK, you can run your best strength or crush armor. Once you pick out your armor, you will want to equip the Blisterwood flail and bring a few super combat potions with you. It is also smart to bring the Dragon's Medallion to get to the spot where you will do most of the slaying, and to teleport out to a bank when your inventory fills up. Now let's look at the overall AFKness of this method. During the whole hour of doing this method, the mobs never de-aggro from me, which is really nice. I hate having to run away from monsters and return to them like the sand crabs to regain aggro. There's also an altar right next to the spot, so you can stay for as long as you desire. At first I had Piety on, but I noticed I was having to run to the altar really frequently, so I turned it off. This allowed me to AFK for upwards of 5 minutes, so this method can be as AFK as you want it to be. I kind of forgot I was even playing the game to the point where I didn't even drink my super combat potions. For the tips and tricks, just try to find a world that does not have too many players on it. That can be hard to do because it is evident that this is a popular method because it seems like every world has at least 2 players on it. I was able to kill 89 Firewatch Sentinels in 1 hour, coming out to be 283,000 GP if I picked up every single piece of loot. Doing this method for only 1 hour does not do it justice because of the rare drop that makes up most of the gold earned. The Blood Shard is currently worth 4.5 million gold with a drop rate of 1 in 5,000, which will make up most of the profit. I also gained 53,000 experience in defense, but you can choose a combat style of your choice, and nearly 18,000 hit points experience. If you enjoyed these AFK moneymakers, click on this video for more.